Seahawks. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here's Lewis. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a nice catch right there. And this receiving core, without their number 1 wideout, keep that in mind. He's inactive this week, though it shouldn't be a long-term absence.
And I would think, partner, that this is where an offensive coordinator believes he can solve the problem by spreading the ball around. Because anytime you lose your number 1 guy, it's obviously a blow to your offense.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Seahawks are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson dancing to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again here. Wilson steps away to his left. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
The Tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Cordero Patterson. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. So, CD, you talk about this football team, and some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that. Talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. To throw again on second down. Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Wilson will throw again. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive?
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown! Packers. You think about the great running backs in the game today. I don't know if Aaron Jones is a name that comes immediately to mind, but it should, evidenced by that run there.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for Seattle.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On first down, Patterson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try the left side. It's Patterson. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now Wilson. Touchdown! Cordero Patterson. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here's Lewis. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Now a first down carry by Jones. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything.
It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there for Seattle.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here's Lewis. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a play fake. Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. And I think the ball's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now up to 14. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 33. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll go again to Jones. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On first down, it's Jones, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. On play action, it's Rodgers. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tunyon, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Crosby with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson escaping the pressure right. Oh, there's Lockett pulling in a tough grab. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Cordero Patterson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Wilson going to throw for it. That's caught. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Boy, 179 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. They run with Jones on 1st down, but he'll struggle here just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of Lockett. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. In for the sack, Deion Jones. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A check down here to Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. They go back to the ground with Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Jones. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Jones. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. They'll try and run it in with Jones. Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. They'll run it with Jones. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And the tackle there by Chris Barnes.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coach was always saying, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Packers 21. Michael Vincent, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
226 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
One final try now for Rodgers. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.